That sounded dirty. Sounds so dirty. All right, folks, it's the one and only, the notorious, glorious V the Grill Economist coming to you live with our main guys,
all of us.
Cowboy.
Yo.
The one who should grace us with his amazing presence. Oh my God, I missed him. I was crying in a fetal position with my blankie. Z is back, folks.
He's here.
He's back from under the trenches. We're keeping
this a beautiful young man.
I'm pretty sure we just spoke to like 99% of you guys just now, but yep, we are here.
The beautiful young man named Z is with us, folks, and you can check these guys out. And let's not forget the man who simply goes by Frank.
Yes, I'm here too.
Just Frank. And they're all here, and you guys can go and check them out over at watchustrade.io, watchustrade.io. Go there. Go check it out. Join the group that's making a difference when all the other trading rooms are right now just slicing their wrists and jumping into warm bathtubs. These are the guys. These guys right here are killing it, and these guys are going to show you how they continue to kill it. And everything we talked about between my banking sources, Nick's sources, what was that? Back in May, we were talking about Bitcoin hitting 5,800 and diving to 4,800. Yeah, look where we are, man. Just as we said. It's crazy.
It's uncanny. I mean, even when things were looking bullish, Cowboy's been saying for a while that we were headed to this territory. And it's amazing because he would be looking at BTC and doing analysis and saying we can go here, we can go there, and then he would seemingly end each of our discussions with, "But I still think we're going to be down in the 4,000 range before this ends." And it's like, it's incredible. Here we are. So kudos to Cowboy. Sorry, I got an alarm going off.
Yeah,
that's right. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot. I got to pick up a kid in a few minutes, so I'll see myself out in about 10 minutes. Just so you know.
Just make sure you take the panel van with the candy.
Yeah, I should. Man, there's no comment on that. I'm gonna go to my own children, of course. the panel van with the candy. Wow.
All right.
Man, we're gonna have like we have like David Seaman doing reports on our crypto updates and stuff. You say things like that.
His name is Seaman is bad enough.
Stop! I love that guy. I think he's great. I just thinking, man, we're on YouTube. You make a joke like that, and all of a sudden,
yeah, you're out.
we are totally normal men who have very healthy families.
So absolutely. Oh yeah, Frank's just talking about how his wife gets more beautiful every day, and
it's true.
So that's not even a joke. Like he wasn't.
No, it's not a joke. I was. Yeah.
And talking about that. But yeah, I mean, look, what I'm seeing, and Z and I were talking right before our little show we had a little while ago there, and I mean, what's happening with all the other rooms right now, Z, that you're kind of talking about?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of rooms that are dying, guys. Just straight up dying, and the funny thing is that these rooms have existed, during the bull market. And, as soon as stuff got difficult around like April, May, they kind of did one less rally, and then, now they're just dead. I'm talking like 70% of rooms out there, guys. And, these are rooms out there that probably were launching out maybe like 1 or 2 calls a week. And now they're not launching out calls at all. I mean, these are some of the biggest rooms out there. Just understand that, I've been in like the cool circle, I guess, whatever you want to call it, right? The crypto circle, the in, for a while now. So I'm involved in a lot of these rooms. Like I've worked for them. I have, I've been a part of them. And these rooms don't exist. A lot of them don't exist anymore. And it's really a shame. And a lot of people have ate it. A lot of people have been caught out with scams. Because think about it, guys, when it's a bear market, a lot of these like shilling of coins, a lot of these like, you got to get into this gem and so forth at this bottom rate right now. It's going to pump up like 10 times. A lot of these quote unquote scams, they don't exist anymore. They get caught out. These gems don't play out anymore. And remember, there's a few times inside the room, I've said that, I think I have a gem. I think I have a gem. And then I have not posted it to you guys. I actually did not give out those gems. And the reason for that is because after doing my own research, I realized that, these gems don't have legs. They don't have legs the way people are saying that they actually have legs, which is why I don't call them. So, a lot of these rooms have died out. They've only existed in the bull market, and it's showing right now. These traders are pseudo traders. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And, you know, they're calling, for example, Litecoin to $300. And it's poor. It's poor. It's really, really poor. And it sucks because for guys like us who have been in the market for a while now and who are legitimate traders, we get hit. We actually get a bad rep for trying to do this as a full-time job. We get a bad rep because those guys ruin it for us. And just understand that there actually are good traders out there, guys. There actually are honest people in this market. And I think that this bear market was a good thing. You know, it actually flushed out a lot of these scams on the Ethereum blockchain. It flushed out.
It was getting out of hand. It was
getting out of hand.
Ridiculous.
There were like 5 ICOs every single day that were launching out, and people thought they were going to do a 10x. You got guys like, you know, on YouTube with huge followings, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of followings, people out there that were, you know, got to get this coin at this low rate. And then these YouTubers were just dumping on their followers. And that's fucked up. That's just, at the end of the day, guys, that's just fucked up. And that would never exist in a traditional market because there's regulations. You could never see that, for example, in stocks or Forex or any sort of, you know, metals or just a traditional market out there. You would never see that happen.
Well, actually, you do see it happen all the time. But the reality is that they just
it's a massive grand scale.
It's a grand scale. So that this is
it's like correct.
The cryptos is the free market. And so basically it's not as much as it used to be, but there still is free market components to it.
I was going to say, like, it sets us up for taking this seriously.
Yeah.
Well, right. Cause this is the free market. It can be a beautiful free market. And, you know, shaking out some of the silliness can set us up for the next leg up where we actually start to see these things become fixtures in our economy and become actually useful.
Yeah, so I just personally, I think the best regulation is self-regulation. If you invest all your money, you get scammed, you're an idiot, and you're probably not going to do it again.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you invest all your money in something that the government says is okay, and then you get scammed, you're like, oh, well, the government said it's okay. Like, so it's just one of those things where the regulation, to me, the only thing that it does, in my opinion, that's any good is in the mass public eye, it's going to give an air of legitimacy and safety that really doesn't exist, but it's going to give it that air. And so it's just going to bring a lot of people into the market. So in that sense, I look forward to the regulation just because it's going to be a marketing tool. That's it. As far as whether or not it's going to help anything or make it better, I'm not so sure. I think maybe even some people who make the regulations think they're helping. I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm just saying that that's from a philosophical standpoint. I will be pragmatic and I will say the regulation is coming and I will take advantage of whatever comes.
You know, the cool thing is, even if they regulate it heavy, they'll never be able to stop you from creating a Bitcoin wallet, sending and receiving it. And that's the thing. Like when we talk about regulation in the fiat market, outside of you know, rolls of $100 bills, they can shut you down whenever they want. When it comes to crypto, you know, they can make things hard for you on a number of levels. They could certainly scare you into doing all kinds of things, but no one's going to stop that wallet from sending and receiving. And that's a beautiful thing.
Well, they can track it, but what they cannot, you know, they cannot stop you from doing it. They can track you doing it, but what they can't do is track Monero or other coins like it. So there's going to be a crypto solution to that problem.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, hey, you guys, today is the Monday market preview, and what a perfect day to do it. We've had this massive slide today. Things were looking good for 15 minutes last night or something like that. But once again, we're in this crazy spot. So I'm about to slip out, but before I do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick look at the news, and really the market is the news and what's going on. And just sort of keep in mind what to look for this week and where you guys think this is going over the next couple of hours and days. So
just real fast, guys. there isn't any surprise that Ripple is just killing it. As you guys saw, we made a call on Ripple inside the room. Ripple, it played out really nicely, and it's rising up. So right now, Ripple is currently it surpassed Ethereum, and right now Ripple is essentially in everybody's eyes, and people are talking about the flippening happening with Ripple. So that
Can you
means,
can you define the flippening for people?
so the flippening essentially means that Ripple is going to be the standard. So the standard right now is Bitcoin, meaning that everything that is traded on cryptocurrencies has a Bitcoin pairing for the most part, right? I think it's like 99.9999% of coins out there that have a Bitcoin pairing. So Ripple right now, people are talking about Ripple being the actual baseline, meaning that Ripple is going to be the pairing that people are going to use in the future. And I think that what also kind of made this very serious was CZ, the Binance CEO and the owner of Binance. He actually tweeted out saying that there's a lot of shilling going on in regards to Ripple being the base, and let's put it all underneath one thread. And that thread got so much love. I mean, I'm talking like thousands and thousands of likes and retweets and comments all over crypto Twitter, all over Reddit, and all sorts of stuff like that.
Can you get into why a little bit? Because typically our community has been very, very hard on Ripple. Why would that be a good thing, or why would, other than the bankers being into it, why would it be a good thing, or why is it happening?
Because I'm gonna make a bunch of freaking money off it. That's why. Yeah, a bunch of freaking money off it.
And while you talk, I'm gonna become a listener in the car and just listen because I'm out.
Okay. What's it called? So Ripple, guys, is it's a payment platform. It's essentially very similar to Swift in a sense, right? So it's what every single credit card pretty much uses the Swift system. Ripple's platform is divided in Ripple itself is divided into its platform as well as its token. So right now, banks have been using the Ripple platform, in which you can use transactions on the Ripple platform, but it does not necessarily mean that you have to use the XRP token. So a lot of people that argue against Ripple say that, well, Ripple's not going anywhere because no one needs to use the XRP token. You can just use Ripple's platform. Well, Ripple just released its like 4.0 page or whatnot, in which transactions using the XRP token were going to be more focused on. And if indeed this pairing does happen and Ripple does become a baseline, right? So some of you guys see out there that there's Bitcoin pairings, there's Ethereum pairings, and in some exchanges there's Litecoin pairings, but no one really cares about Litecoin pairings. Well, soon there very well could be XRP pairings. And if that happens, that brings liquidity to the token. And that, in my opinion, will skyrocket Ripple up. So that's just, once again, that's my opinion. Now
I think it's legit.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's legit too, and a lot of people hate on Ripple because of it being centralized and this and that. Guys, sorry to tell you that, but right now Bitcoin is centralized. People keep saying that. People keep thinking that originally when Bitcoin was created, you actually you guys can take a look at the Bitcoin white paper yourself. Bitcoin itself originally was supposed to be this decentralized asset, but it stopped being decentralized when whales came in and bought, thousands of Bitcoin, guys. You think the average person that like buys a little bit of Bitcoin, like owns 1 or 2 Bitcoin here and there, or like a fraction of a Bitcoin here and there, is the person in controlling, Bitcoin? No, it's the guys like the Winklevoss twins and guys like, Roger Ver and stuff like that own boatloads of Bitcoin.
Or the Chinese miners that own
Chinese miners that own just ridiculous amounts,
80%,
guys.
Basically.
Exactly. And you don't think Russia's involved in it? Of course, Russia probably owns a ton of Bitcoin. So the point I'm trying to say is that, that Bitcoin itself is not centralized. It's not decentralized. So to hate on Ripple for it being centralized is, I think, a poor argument, and more poor on that. Quite honestly, guys, the market doesn't care about your fundamentals. They don't care. I'm sorry, the market doesn't care about your if you're a fundamentalist, the market doesn't care about that. The market cares about price action and where money is flowing. It's just that simple. So if you want to hodl down on these coins long term and pray to freaking Gandhi that that these coins are going to rise up, that's on you. But just know that traders right there out there like us are making money in this market. And I'm going to, honestly, guys, as dick as this sounds, I'm going to prey on guys like you. The people that are hodling. I'm going to look for guys like you and laugh and be like, ha ha ha, you know, these guys are hodling Litecoin. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to open a 50x short right now on Litecoin or 20x short on Litecoin, whatever the exchange is going to allow me. I'm going to open a short on Litecoin. And guess what? I'm over here making money. I'm over here buying cars and buying nice stuff while, you know, these hodlers are crying. They're crying and wondering what the psychic is going to say next on their bones. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. It's sorry.
He's on fire.
I'm sorry as if that sounds terrible, guys, but that's the truth.
You are not a nice man. You are not a nice man.
And I'm gonna, you know, Cowboy and I and V and Frank, we're the only guys out there that are pretty much saying to you guys that we, as traders, are preying on hodlers because we're open about it. But just know that every single trader out there is thinking the same exact thing I'm thinking. Ho 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 ho. You know, I'm gonna short here as these guys are quote unquote buying the dip, dude. If you bought the dip from Bitcoin, for example, or bought the dip from Litecoin, how broke would you be right now? You keep buying the dip. Oh, I'm going to buy the dip. I'm going to buy the dip. I'm going to buy the dip. Well, guess what? How many more dips do you have in you? How big is your pocket?
Well, so what Z's pointing out is like, are you a long-term investor or are you a trader? Now, I'm a bit of both. The difference is that I don't put my money where it's going down. I put my money where I think it's going to go up. And then when I think it's going to stop going up, I take my money out. So, and it's like, oh, well, that's really simple. You know what I mean? And, you know, we just got actually some marketing advice. Like, we don't want to be too mean to hodlers. Like, we have a lot of hodlers who have come on to work with us. But here's the reality. Like, there's such a thing that Crypto Nikos was just referring to as opportunity costs. Now, what I like to do is I like to have my nest egg be as big as possible and get that in where I think the bottom is, right? So people who are just buying the dip, the reality is that if there's no technical analysis involved, how do you know, or how do you even have an idea that you're actually buying a dip? Like, that's the thing. You don't know that you're buying a dip. Yeah, sure, the price went down, but you know, the price went down in December for Litecoin from $300 to $200. Did you buy that dip? And how you feeling about it now? So, you know, this is the reality. And you know what? It's not even like a predatory thing. Yes, I'm preying on the hodlers. Yes, I'm going to take advantage of these people. No, this is the market. And yes, those things are true. But the reality is that without you hodlers there buying dips, I've got nobody to sell to. So it's not a matter of like, we don't like you, or it's not a matter of nature. It's just, it's survival of the fittest, and y'all ain't surviving.
The market don't care about how you feel.
Nope, it does not, man. It does. Sadly, it does not. You know, we are very small fish, guys. I don't care whether, you know, I've got $1 million. Say I've got $1 million, right? That is such a small fish in this market.
Nothing.
You know, unless I am upper echelon like Winklevoss or so forth, then maybe, you know, the market will respect me. The market doesn't respect anybody lower than that. Just doesn't, guys. There are guys out there. I know funds out there, guys. I have talked with many funds before. I've talked with you guys a few times of what the funds are thinking and so forth. I have talked with many crypto funds out there that are getting washed up right now. Lots of crypto funds out there that are hodling, are buying coins like Litecoin long term. And guess what? Those crypto funds, they no longer exist. They got liquidated out. And these are funds with $10, $20 million inside of them. They're not like super well funds like you see in stocks, but they're still large funds. They're still way more than what you and I have. And they're getting liquidated out. So what is stopping, you know, somebody like us to get liquidated out? It's very easy. I mean, be pragmatic. As V always says, be pragmatic. You know, we want to be proactive in this market, not reactive. When you're reactive in this market, you get boned.
Yeah, big time.
You get chicken boned.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken bone.
Well, I mean, look, you know, and let's talk about like actual, you know, what's really happening. We were just talking earlier to kind of go back to what Nikos was saying earlier about Ripple and centralization and things like that. Bitcoin has a market cap of, I don't know, what is it? Bitcoin's actual market cap right now? Like, is it under $100 billion right now? What's
the market cap right now? The overall market cap right now is 167 billion.
And that's crypto space, right?
The entire crypto space. Bitcoin is underneath 100 billion.
Okay, so
Bitcoin's at 88.
Let's talk about the Forex market cap. That's in the trillions. That's thousands of billions of dollars. And the Forex market cap, so I trade Forex also. And so understand this, the bankers, it's the banks, it's the central banks, and it's the big money people out there who are pushing that market around. 5% of your traders in Forex are retail. Do you think that crypto's any different? So, and do you think that like the people who are moving, like the big time people out there, a lot of them are these same institutionals, whether they're openly the institutionals or not? It's the same people. It's got to be, and they're going to act the same way. So, I mean, we're just literally like, we are speedboats, and we're just like kind of speeding around amongst freaking oil tankers. That's what we are. And the advantage we have as a speedboat is to be able to quickly get in and out of assets. When these big tankers, they can't do that because crypto is so damn small. But what they're doing, and this is my theory, is that the big boys, they want to see crypto be as profitable of a market as Forex is right now. Because Forex is massively profitable for these banks. They're splitting up that 5% of retail traders. They're taking 90% of their money. Dude, you essentially are profiting 4 or 5% as a bank on the Forex market, like on a quarterly basis, at least, just based on robbing newbies. Crypto's full of newbies. It's the big new thing. It's a great way to siphon money off the public. It's just an awesome way to do it. So what I think they're doing is they're not going to kill it. They're going to build it up to where they can shake it around and take the cream off the top as often as possible. And they're going to take advantage of people through like news and marketing and shilling and fear and greed and all these things. And so the way that this has to be treated is pragmatically. And this idea that, oh, Bitcoin is going to be like this, you know, decentralized utopian libertarian thing. I think there are aspects of it that bring us closer to that philosophy. I think the aspects of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency that do bring us a little bit closer to freedom. But if you think for a minute that $160 billion billion dollar marketplace is like not controllable by trillions and trillions of dollars worth of power, then think again. Think again. The only chance that we have, I think, in the crypto space of having like the autonomy that we want is to use things like Monero, and that's to use into purchases. So that's how I'm looking at it, and you know, I'm fine with that. It's just life. I mean, you could be fine with reality or not, but I'm, you know, I just look at what's real and go with that. That's my soapbox. That's what I have to say on the market. Do we want to look at anything else philosophically, or do we want to look at coin?
We look at Litecoin, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's bring up Litecoin. I don't like people over here. I mean, whatever. Let's just bring. I mean, for God. I mean, geez, guys. We can't beat this horse so many times, man. I honestly, I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad. For people out there, man. I think back in like July or June, right? I had people coming into the room and messaging, and these guys are still into the room, messaging me saying, "Hey, you know, I'm down $200,000. I'm down $300,000. You know, I have to potentially find a job now, and I was retired before. You're right. Like I use my retirement money towards this. Like, you think I want to hear that, guys? That sucks. That sucks. And this was back in July. So I'm hoping that some of them did their own research, and that research kind of in line with mine, in which, you know, we exited Litecoin at a very good level. They got out of it. But I know out there that there's people that didn't do that, and they got boned. I mean, they got absolutely boned. And I keep saying that there's lower level Litecoins, right? So before I got laughed at when I had messages of people hating on me, like literally like threatening me and like hating on me when I said Litecoin was going to drop down to $70 or $80. We were like, "Oh no, fuck you, Z. You know, we're gonna, you know, you're horrible. You know, you're as a bear guy. You know, you're the reason that's what's wrong with the market." And I'm just like, I'm the reason that's wrong with the market. I am the reason. I'm the reason why Litecoin is dropping. Really? Like me. Like me, right? Like I am like the bacteria that's on the tick, that is on the fish, that is on, you know, the fucking bear's mouth. You know, I'm like the smallest. You know, it goes up, guys. And I'm like very, very at the very bottom, guys. And And here we are, it's, then I got called out for saying it was going to drop to $50, as some of you guys know. And then I got called out for saying it was going to drop to below $40. And here we are at $35. And I am telling you right now that the next drop down is down to $29. It's going to drop below $30. In my opinion, my research says it's going to drop below $30. And I'm probably going to get a few messages right now. I'm sure I'm going to get an email or two, or somebody's going to write in my channel or whatnot.
Going to the people.
Going like, you and V and Cowboy and Frank, you guys need the Bible. Frank especially needs the Bible. I know you're listening, Frank. Frank especially needs the Bible. And whatever, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna need Jesus.
It sucks, but hey, this is my research is saying we're gonna drop below 30, in my opinion. And if we don't rally back up, if Bitcoin does drop to 3,000, then I think that we are going to see $15 Litecoin or $20 Litecoin, and we're gonna go back to the days. Everything's gonna rewind back, right? I mean, if you think about it, guys, just look at it from this standpoint. Back last year in April, Ethereum was about $130, $150, right? Ethereum right now is at $150 right now. That means essentially Ethereum has completely retraced back to like last year, like April, May levels. I'm kind of just like spitballing here, so I might be off by a few months, but around that time, it went back to $150. Litecoin is still higher than where it was back then. Ethereum is responsible for 90% of the coins out there. It is the mother of all coins, pretty much. Litecoin is responsible for absolutely nothing. It's responsible for some slightly faster transactions in which no one uses in the entire world. So ask yourself, what is stopping Litecoin from dropping further? I just challenge somebody fundamentally to tell me this. What is stopping Litecoin from reverting back if Ethereum, the mother of all coins, has reverted back to those months? You tell me, right?
Because Charlie Lee is going to invent this new device called the moon cookie. And
you know who's a better trader than me, guys? You know who's a better trader than me, and I'll give him credit all day long, is Charlie Lee. Charlie Lee is the best freaking trader out there. Best trader out there, guys. There's very few traders that are better than Charlie Lee. And he bought Litecoin. He created Litecoin at the very bottom, pumped it all the way up, rode that entire wave up, and now he's riding that entire wave down perfectly.
No, he sold at the top.
Oh yeah, he sold at the top, and now I don't know. Maybe he even opened the short. No one knows, but he's riding that entire profit.
But he's a humanitarian. You don't understand, man. You weren't there at the last Litecoin conference.
I wasn't there.
People.
V was over there singing hymns.
I was nowhere near there.
Frank was there singing hymns, playing hacky sack with the tree huggers, dude. I don't even know what Frank was doing over there, dude. I don't know. Frank was definitely over there.
Frank was our on-the-ground spy giving us intel.
Yeah, exactly.
Frank was pulling up in a panel van. Hey, little kid, want some Litecoin?
He's laughing. He's laughing right now. He probably can't even drive straight right now.
Probably not.
but yes, James, you are absolutely right. Learn from history. 90% of all traders will lose. You're very correct.
It's the nature of trading, my man.
And in this crypto market, it created a lot of pseudo traders. A lot of guys that were psychology majors thinking that they could trade because they threw a dart on the wall during the bullish season and it landed on something and it did a 10x, right? Getting a lot of that, and right now it's showing. A lot of these traders are no longer here.
Yep, a lot of people with gay art therapy degrees thought they were great traders. And
we got some.
It was underwater Scottish synchronized swimming and basket weaving degrees. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Frank's laughing inside the room, but he was there, guys, playing hacky sack with his beanie on, with his Rasta. I don't know what he was doing, man.
Oh,
he had dreadlocks, man. We sent him with
dreadlocks, pretending he had hair. I don't know, man. Frank's crazy.
Oh, Frank, I'm sorry. It's okay, Frank. I'm losing my hair, so I can laugh. Pretending he had hair. That's By the way, for everybody's entertainment, Ripple is breaking through. It's breaking upward. It's breaking upward.
Ripple doesn't care, man. It don't care about your dojis. It don't care about your shooting stars. It doesn't care about anything, guys. Ripple just cares about money. And, you know, I'm going to get a lot of hate. I'm sure, dude, guys are going to be messaging me. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get at least one message already today saying, dude, Ripple is devil Z. Like, why do you do this to yourself? Save your soul. Like, I'm going to get that message today. I know I'm going to get that message. It's only a matter of time.
How dare you peddle Lucifer's coin?
Yeah, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send them over to Frank, because we all know that Frank needs Jesus as much as everybody else.
Anyway, I mean, when you look at you got to be pragmatic. I mean, you know, I see a lot what's going on in the BTC world, and Cowboy does as well from on the OTC side. Look, there's a lot of major players, man. We've been talking about this since May, June, that, you know, Bitcoin's going to go below 5,800. It's going to probably see even 4,800, and we're there. You know what I'm saying? We've been talking about this for since back in May, June. We've been talking about it. That right before the year's over, we even said, hey, you're going to look for it in probably October, November. It's going to probably dip lower. We've been saying it, and now it's here. So why is it going that way? Well, this is pre-positioning. There's a lot of confluence. That's that favorite word of yours, Cowboy. A lot of confluence. A lot of the heavy players, a lot of heavy hitters are buying it up on a rapid clip. How do I know? I can pull contracts right now for deals that I can show you. But, but the point is there's a ton of institutions that are coming in that are buying up BTC, and they're not going to buy it at 6,400 or 7,000. They're going to get it at below 6. They like it, and once they buy it up, you're going to get ready for a massive run. And I was told by one of the heavy hitters that are in the banking industry that when the buying out begins, and I was told probably sometime early October that they want to buy up as much as they can in the next 45 days. And that was like back in sometime in early October. So they're right on schedule, man. So you're going to see this price dip, and get ready. I mean, the 2019 is going to be a very good year for Bitcoin. Why? Because Wall Street's in it. Wall Street's in there. Why is Wall Street in there? Why are they in the crypto markets? Well, why are they in the oil markets? Why are they in the gold markets? Why are they in so many commodity markets all of a sudden? Everybody's chasing the yield. That's all it is. It's a game. It's a game.
Oh, yeah. So do we want to take by the way, just to kind of go back into looking at coins and stuff, you've got the top 10 right now. I put on CoinMarketCap, and is my screen being shared, V?
Yep.
Good. So if you look at number 7, that's Litecoin. Used to be number 2 or 3. It's being beat out by freaking everything. Litecoin has a negative 14%. So we're down 14%. There's 2 other coins right now in the top 10 that are a little bit worse on a loss. There's Cardano, which really, I mean, people love ADA and Cardano, and yeah, it came from somebody who's on the Ethereum project. I'm sure there's great things about it, but you talk to Z about it. There's really not much going on, and that's taken not much bigger of a hit than Litecoin. And then you have Monero, and Monero, I'm not sure why it's down like it is. I don't have any information on that. But basically I have Litecoin really on the loser pack right now at the top 10. So, that's looking at that. And to look at Litecoin, it's at $36.58 as we speak. All I can say is, when did we sell out? It was over $100 when Crypto Nikos and I sold out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like
I just feel it was like $135. Yeah, I just feel bad.
I mean, that's like a negative, I don't know, 500% we just saved ourselves. So
yeah, and we gave it many times for free here. As entertainment, of course, but yeah, we get many times.
What do we want to look at, guys? We should look at Ripple. We just talked about it breaking loose. And Z and I've been tracking it all morning. I think that
every single time Bitcoin drops, Ripple just rises up even more. It's honestly, Bitcoin is dropping a little bit more right now. It's at 49.39, 49.31 right now on Coinbase. Every single time there's another little wick down, Ripple rises up. I'm telling you guys, just understand that if Bitcoin goes to 3,000, in my opinion, based on this data, Ripple has now gained $1 billion in market cap. It was just 3 billion, literally like 2 hours ago.
25%.
It is now at it just gained. It went from 18 billion to now 19 billion. If Bitcoin drops to 3,000, we could very well see Ripple at like 30 billion, 40 billion. Like the flippening, quote unquote, the flippening could be happening right now. And Bitcoin's dominance just dropped 0.3%. It was at 52.9% when we spoke this morning. It's now at 52.6%. And all that market cap is not going anywhere besides Ripple.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's the bankster's coin. Wow. Also, we're reaching the end of the quarter, man. So, you know, you're going to have a lot of these banks are going to be offloading their Ripple shares and then going back into Bitcoin. So it's going to be interesting seeing how this year pans out.
You know, I remember when Bix kind of talked about that whole thing, and you know what? I tracked it a bit. I'm not sure it happens exactly like that, but let's just say that it's pretty clear what's happening right now. There's no mistake. You know.
At the end of the day, man, you're not going to beat the street. You got too much Wall Street right now in BTC and XRP. You got a lot of Wall Street going in, man.
Yeah, I mean, I got Ripple. Let's see, bring up Ripple right here. We'll bring it up. We'll look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a bear flag, and if we were to go by bear flag metrics, we'll probably end up falling around the 4,600 to 4,800 range before we actually see any kind of relief leg. And that's not that far. We're at 49 now. So, I mean, if we, you know, and we're looking a little extended, the candles are getting longer and longer. I will blow up the screen a little bit on that. So we're having some, you know, some push up, but it's just, I mean, look at this, look at the selling volume. It's going parabolic. The selling volume.
You know, this is the RSI just not looking pretty, guys, but you know, I mean, it's great for traders. I mean, I got out of Bitcoin. I got out of Bitcoin at you know, what was it? We got out of Bitcoin just yesterday or 2 days ago at 5,600.
Well, I got out,
and then before that at like 6,500. We talked
I got
about this live.
400. I briefly was in at like 5,800, and I got right back out just because, you know, I was like, well, I'm going to take a risk, and I lost a very small amount of money. And then yesterday, I got back in at about finance price, 5,700, because there was that shooting star right there, but I waited for that star to fall. So it shot up high, and then it went back down, and I thought maybe it's not going to, you know, I just took a risk, and I set really tight stops, and then I actually didn't get stopped out of everything, and then the price went up a little bit, so I was actually able to recover some of my losses. I lost very little money yesterday, yeah, so here we are. I've gained well over a Bitcoin in my trading bag, so you know, I mean, it's I'm sitting back collecting Satoshi, and we all know eventually if Wall Street's buying in, then Bitcoin's going to be worth quite a bit one day. So I am happy to collect Satoshi and not lose any dollars right now. You know?
Yeah. And you know, just last thing, understand this, guys. This is the way financial psychology works in this market. Well, at least in my opinion. Remember, the same way we're thinking that every single time there's a bounce off, we are going to swing trade this. The more and more this bear market goes, the more and more people are going to either look for an exit or they're going to learn how to trade. So you can choose to be proactive and learn how to trade, or well, I can be proactive and learn how to trade, right? Because I can't give financial advice, but you can either do that, learn how to trade, or essentially get out of the market. So that's exactly what people are doing. So every single time you see these little relief bounces, just know that people are going to be selling. So the days of like $300 Litecoin are not coming anytime soon. Just understand that along that way up, let's just say the market completely does a bull run up right now. For some odd reason, does a bull run up right now. People are going to be selling in droves as it rises up. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure happen. And, you know, all that time rising up and all that sell volume that's happening are perfect opportunities to make money in this market. So yeah, that's just, you know, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and that's Bitcoin, and you know, we've been calling this. Now I know Dex called 4,400, and that
freaking Dex, man, freaking Dex, dude. That
yes, he did.
That beautiful man, dude. freaking DEX.
Yeah, he called it, and I mean, you could go back and you could draw a descending triangle or a falling wedge right now, but you know, I don't know if that's going to be all that.
Oh my god, dude! Litecoin is just rising. I mean, sorry, Ripple's just rising up, man. Another 30-point drop on Coinbase from Bitcoin, and Ripple another.
I know this
1%
guy who trades on MEX. I can't say his name, but he is up. Let me see what he's up. Hold on, he just sent me a message. He's up 15% on a 10x on Ripple right now. Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, man. It's not bad at all.
He'll take it. I trust. I know the guy well enough.
He knows the guy well enough, guys.
Yeah. X.
All right, guys. I think that covers all of it, huh?
Yeah, just a quick look at Ripple. I know everybody's excited and they want to know what may happen. Without giving away too much, I'll just give away like what the resistance kind of looks like. The next resistance is around, say, 11,000 Satoshi. I think that's 11,000 Satoshi. So, you know, in this climate, we tend to be like rising up and hitting resistances and then like sort of bouncing down. So that's just a little something for you guys.
Yep.
And this is another lesson on RSI. RSI can stay overbought a long time.
Yep. I mean, prime example is last year when the bull market was happening, RSI was super overbought for Bitcoin and for Ripple and for pretty much everything. I mean, Ripple essentially last year, let's see, real fast. Last year during the bull market, from December 7th all the way to January 7th. So essentially a month, Ripple was so overbought, 4 tips essentially for more than a month long.
And just a lot of people like to focus on RSI, but it's most indicators, if not all, are lagging. Like they take data from the past. So just a little TA entertainment. A lesson that I myself took. I can't tell what other people should take for a lesson, but I took.
The crazy thing about Ripple too is if you actually do take a bull flag on Ripple, right? I'm just drawing like a little quick bull flag on Ripple. If you do see a bull flag on Ripple, Ripple technically should rise up to 11.5. It should rise up. If you took a bull pennant, oh my God, dude. If you took a bull pennant for Ripple, then that should rise all the way up to 15. So, I mean, it could very well rise up for a while. So just understand that.
Big time, bro. Big time, bro.
Bro, man.
Well, and that being said, folks, we are at the end of the program. Again, go to the watchustrade.io, watchustrade.io. Join whether you want to do a credit card per month, BTC per every 3 months and 6 months. There's discounts there if you go with BTC. And make it happen for yourself. Make it happen. With that being said, we are over and we're out. Peace out, everyone.
Yes, sir.